Hi, welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophia, pilot into the universe of Chinese. Let's continue exploring some well-wishing expressions in Chinese. Okay, today we are going to talk about 幸福安康, which is about happiness. Like if you want to wish somebody have a happy life, basically, you want to say 幸福安康. These are, I guess, four main considerations of what's made up of happiness. We have to go lucky and blessed, and then we feel safe and healthy. Okay, so we here have quite a few different dimensions in life. That's what's considered happiness. You need to have some security, safety, and healthy is about actually the food healthy, like healthy diet, starting with this diet concept. And then you have this blessed, meaning you have enough food. So I guess in today's context, it would be financial security. You have enough land, food to match. And then lucky. Okay, this word is it probably requires a little bit more unpacking because it took me some time to wrap my mind around how this concept was constructed. The top, kind of like an airplane shape, right? With the head bent sideways. That actually means early death. So you can view it as a starfish figure, human, like the four limbs, the arms and legs spreading out. But this is early immature death. In Chinese, I guess immature death was defined like before 17 or something around there, kind of teenager year. Like before then, it was considered immature death. And of course, our lifespan increased, and now it's like over the 80s. You have to live that far to be considered to have a full life. Otherwise, it's like accidental death before then or immature death. So in ancient times, it has its own definition of, immature. It's not your time to go yet. You're gone. Then that's considered yao. And then the bottom actually means against that, means reverse that, means negation of this immature death. So, okay, this negation came from this symbol, the convex shape connected with one vertical line that almost visually looks like a needle poking through this horizontal line surface. So this needle poking, I mean, we use needle, but in ancient times of practice, probably it was like a war situation or something, right? It was combative and it was hurtful or even like life-threatening. So this invasion of your space through breaking through that surface. So this is the original. Now the second convex shape is kind of going against that. So it's a force of resistance to that invasion of this surface, right? So this against this idea was then expressed by this second convex shape, which is this. So this is the, either reverse or resistance of the force going at you. So if we regard this force as invasive force, that could be some bad happenings, and then this is your resistance to that. And in context of immature death, then that means it doesn't happen to you. You didn't have, you kind of resist the accidents or immature death that could happen to many people, but you were somehow escaped that. You somehow not reverse, I mean, death is not reversible, but you somehow go against this big risk in life, which is immature death. So that is Chinese way to express that's considered lucky. Avoiding early death is the ultimate lucky. All right. So 幸福, okay, 幸 and 福 often in Chinese, we pair it together, means happiness. And I never actually look at what is Xing. Xing means lucky. And what is Xing is made of? It means avoid early death. That's our lucky. Okay, Fu means blessed. So while you're living, you're still above the ground. What are you going to do? You're going to have this farmland, which is a piece of land in this shape and cut kind of a quarter. That's Chinese visual for land, for farmland. So horizontal line means under the sky. And then this mouse, you can view that as a life, as a symbol of existence. Because, okay, the sky is the atmospherical, right, limit, or our biosphere, right? And then this circular thing could mean the entities below that land, that sky, which can be the land or the people living on that land. And then you have farm field there. That means food security. And when you have food security on the right side, then you have the left side means, I call it a divine decoder. So whenever you see this symbol, which is 2 horizontal lines paired with 3 vertical lines, kind of with this pairing, with this 2, the side vertical lines kind of slanted, according to some scholars, and now, I mean, there are different interpretations of what that symbol looks like, why it came into this shape. Some say it's like a podium. I don't know. I mean, of course, if there are any artifact from the ancient times of the, the divine decoders podium, then we probably can see it somewhere. But so far, I haven't came across that yet. So it's hard to visualize a podium looking like that. But I like the interpretation of this 2 horizontal lines marks the heaven and earth. I mean, I guess in Christians lingo, or the sky, the upper limit and the lower limit. And this is the space marking human existence. We exist above ground under the sky. That's our space. Then the 3 vertical lines is temporal sense. It's the past, present, future. So the fortune teller back then, or the divine decoder back then, would look at the weather, look at especially the lightning in the sky, to try to kind of attach meaning, try to interpret, try to decode the divinity's intention there. And that spatial sense, horizontal lines defined, and the temporal sense, 3 vertical lines defined, give them this, I guess, coordinate system to tell you what's coming in the space and time. So it's kind of forecasting based on however tools they use. I guess they read the stars, read lightning, read the weather, kind of forecast what's coming. So this divine decoder symbol paired with food security symbol, that means blessed, because it means per the forecaster of what's coming, you're going to have food security. And food security, I guess the starvation was a big problem back then. And that's the number one thing. And that was considered blessed. If you have food security, you're blessed. Okay, so avoid immature death. You have food security. That's Chinese most ancient existence survival mode sense of happiness. And that's 幸福 in today's lingo. We just simply say 幸福 to mean happiness, which contains all the modern definition of what happiness is about, right? But in ancient times, it's survival. It's avoid early death and you have enough food to eat. Simple as that. Okay. An is about safety. It comes with this big arch with a chimney on the top that signifies private space. So it's a shelter with full enclosure, okay? Weatherproof, I guess. And then inside is the main character. It's a woman symbol. Or I guess, well, later on I learned this not only is a woman symbol, it's actually unmarried woman. It's a daughter, somebody's daughter symbol, and which made of the structure a little bit more complicated than just a generic human figure, which is two legs standing. Here you see more curves of the hip, and the crossing of the arms means submissive. So I guess that was the expectation back then on women's behavior, at least the daughter behavior. The daughter, before she gave birth to raise her own brood, I guess, was considered kind of a, got a potential, and but was not full grown and didn't fulfill the destiny of being reproductive to create the next generation yet. Therefore, the power structure in a household for unmarried woman would be, okay, it's a lower rank because you haven't yet produced for the family's welfare anything yet. But it's daughter symbol, right? It's unmarried woman, and under the roof, that means from the perspective of this daughter, it's protected, it's secure. You're under the roof of your original family before you're kind of married off, transferred to another family. But in this sense, it's sheltered private space with daughter inside. It gotta be safe. Okay. And nowadays we use Kang as what's the word for that? Recovery hub, all that kind of recovering, rejuvenating, all that related to this character. And it actually came with, I guess, diet of food. So it came with the crop symbol on the left, which is kind of like a tree symbol, the canopy of the tree, the root of the tree connected by a trunk, and then the tip of the tree falling to mean the grains it's ripening, so it's kind of a dropping, make it a droopy a little bit. This is ready to be harvested crop symbol. The right side, you see the symbol again, right? With a horizontal line, that's kind of puncturing through a surface carried over in this symbol. It just happened to be, like, I don't see this symbol that often, but just happened to be in this one slide. We have it at twice occurrence. Two-handed symbol, so you're handling something from the first person perspective, from the bottom of the screen, reaching out, left and right hand, both in there, and with this puncturing motion, right? The bottom here was this almost like Chinese call that a British flag. This icon, we use this icon because it shows 8-piece cut, right? So you have the cross and you have this diagonal direction in there as well. And Chinese call the British flag 米字旗. So in the shape of the rice symbol. And this is a Chinese way to say rice. And series goes, these diagonal ones are the grains of the rice. So it's individual pieces, right? And then this quarter, this kind of like a cross line there is kind of a separation. So there was, I guess, this sorting process to sort out the level or the grade of the rice, because rices are not equal. Some are better grade, I guess, fuller, cleaner, however, measurement of the rice quality. So it's going to be quartered, cut into different grading system of sorted out as a rice. So the whole thing then, this rice sorting process then symbolize rice. So we have two hands handling rice by puncturing through it. What do you think that is? That is the process of shelling or deshelling. So take out the grains take out the food portion out of its shell. And then plus the crop symbol together, it means bran. I hope I pronounce it right. I never meet a bran or something. It means the shell itself. So it's the discarded part of the food. because this puncturing process used on rice or the grains means you're kind of getting through, peeling through the surface of the grain to get to the food portion. And that paired with this crop sign together means the discarded portion of the rice. It's not rice itself, because rice is this thing that's going to be graded eventually. But this processing, food processing to get rid of the shell of the rice, then paired with the crop means the shell itself without the grain, without the edible, human edible part of the rice. Okay, and that eventually means healthy, I guess. This means you're kind of be careful with what you eat, and yeah, that's Chinese diet-based concept of what leads to health. You get rid of the shells. Then this shell of the rice eventually then used to mean it's deshelled, therefore it's good to eat, therefore it's good for your health. So there are some logical steps to lead to the concept of health. Okay, 幸福安康. You have physical health, you have security, you have safety there, and you avoid early death, and you have enough food security, and that's enough to make happy and safe life. And I'm here using a random, that's one of my contacts, who is a photographer and takes wedding pictures. Wedding photos was big in China, that you pay for such service of professional photographers to come up with some, settings to make as natural as possible, but of course it's kind of ceremony as well. So to depict in this frame, it's depicting this two young couple posing next to, Jamba Juice in China. It's not Jamba Juice, it's not branded like that. But over here, the three characters are talking about this freshly made juice. And so apparently they were outside, a casual environment, and at the beginning of their life's journey. 幸福安康 often used to wish newly united couples to build a safe, happy life for themselves. But of course, at any stage during their marriage, you can still use the same expression to wish them continuation of creating a happy life together. And of course, the safety, the healthiness, all embedded into this expression. Okay, I wish everybody here 幸福安康. Catch into the currency of thinking by one word a day with Sophie Sionati.